All right, let's welcome in the Hall of Famer, Brian Bailey, host of the Brian Bailey Show.
Watch
and
out there
host
now.
of Brian Bailey's Touchdown Friday. What's up, BB?
Not a whole lot. How's it going?
Going good. Just eating this microphone
Yeah.
here on a Tuesday, and a wonderful Tuesday it is as we continue to talk about East Carolina's great football season, which, again, has them with potential to play a couple extra games, at least one extra game going bowling, and we'll see if the cards fall the correct way to get them in the championship.
And it looks to me like Temple's going to have to pull off an upset somewhere because that's the.
And they played two of the teams.
Two of the teams, yeah. So, and you know, earlier in the year, I really thought Temple was much improved and playing some good football, and they've slumped since then. But because Charlotte, they're not going to beat anybody.
No. Can't count on them.
No, can't count on them at all. So
for some reason, like Rice, North Texas feels weird to me.
That would be nice.
At Rice.
At Rice.
Yeah. Knock that. Hey, let's knock that one out of the way, and Memphis beats Navy, and we're fine.
Yeah, and that's on Thanksgiving night, right? Navy at Memphis, Thanksgiving night. So that'll be something fun to watch on Thanksgiving after the Cowboys and Chiefs.
I am. I hate to be the dark cloud. But I've been worried about this UTSA game.
Oh, I don't think I'm worried about it. I don't think you go to UTSA and just lay the ball out and just win the game, dominate the game.
22 teams have tried.
Right, and 22 teams have come up empty.
Yeah.
But, you know, and I said this with Damon on my show today, and I said this to Blake. We were talking about it when we were doing the TV show, that when we went there in 23 – I just didn't think that the Alamo Dome was that big a deal. I didn't think that the crowd was that great. I didn't think, you know, East Carolina lost that game 41-27. Blake said he remembers that game because his defense gave up like 3 big plays, and that's how they lost.
It was our best offensive showing of that season.
Right, it was. And so, yeah, I didn't come away thinking, like, man, you can't win in this building, you know, but nobody has in 22 games.
Feels like it could be a shootout, but I don't know. Maybe this is one where we have to once again rely on our defense like we did early in the season. Our offense has been pretty awesome here these last few games and came through in the clutch on Saturday. But this feels like one where they're at home, they're planning on scoring somewhere in the 30s. If we can hold them down and get some stops and give it to Caden Hauser in our offense. I don't know. I just feel like we're going to have to really rely on our defense to make some plays this week.
I think they're going to have to. They're going to have to make some plays, and they're going to have to I think they have to get a turnover or two. I think that's what it's going to come down to. If you can get UTSA to turn it over a couple of times, then I think you've got a chance.
And I kind of sound like old. I'm going to be Brian Bailey here. You got to play good defense and run the football.
There you go.
And how about London Montgomery and the run game? They were feeding him on Saturday and, of course, made some huge plays in the passing game. It was fun to see. But just overall, talked to a lot of old Pirates, talked to Jay at Stop Shop earlier today, and even he was like, man, credit to the students and what they did, and just talked about we've had so many calls on the fifth quarter about, you know, guys older than me saying that this feels like old-time ECU football. Yeah. That had to be pretty special.
It was really neat standing on the sideline, and I asked Blake this, when did he notice it? You're kind of watching the game, and you look up, and you're like, wow, look at that. You know, in the second half, and all the students were up there, and the shirts came off, and just the way they were, like, taking their shirts with the rally towels kind of like, and it was just it was really a neat atmosphere. And then I didn't expect the students to rush the field at the end of the game, but we were out in the middle of it doing the stand-up, and it was really cool. It was kind of like, you know, I remember the Peach Bowl when they rushed the field at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, and those guys are 50 and 60 years old now that did it back then.
We had some old folks calling in saying they took their shirts off too.
Yeah.
So there was some grown old men up there.
I know Weaver did. I didn't.
Yeah. Weaver had to show off the six-pack.
Yeah. I show off the keg.
But, man, what it's a shame that that's the last one, but maybe a good way to end it, finish it, and then have some momentum heading into next year with your home game.
I remember on the pregame show, you asked me what kind of game I was expecting, and I can't remember if I said 31-27 or 31-28. So I said one of the two. So one
go
was
back
either
and
really
check.
close or one was exact. But I can't remember if I said 27 or 28. But I know
And
I said
he's-
31.
It's crazy, folks. Then Bailey said, "I feel like Peyton Mangum's going to score the touchdown."
No, I didn't quite go that
and
route.
then Mike Wright's going to get an interception. I was like, Bailey.
And punt.
Hey, old
and
man.
punt.
Yeah, old man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, what's the matter with you?
I did not think that those sentences would be said.
No,
But,
man. I didn't either. And that the legend of Mike Wright. Wouldn't you like to have him here for a couple more years?
Absolutely.
I
I
mean, good gracious.
texted Andrew Bays after the punt and was like, Mike Wright greater than Andrew Bays? And he was like, man, this kid's phenomenal. That was before the interception and the other punt.
Yeah.
And I was listening to the radio when it first on the first punt, and I was like, well, it's got to be a fake, right? Or what are they going to do here? And no, he punts it, but the fake is coming at some point the remainder of this season.
I mean, just
it's gonna be awesome.
As athletic as he is,
Yeah.
and man, that's something to watch. And it's funny on the interception. I didn't know he intercepted the ball because I had gone down to get Coach Harrell's reaction. So you're trying to keep up with him. He's going up and down the sideline. I'm going up and down with him with a camera, and then I knew the play was thrown deep. And then I watched, and the reaction, everybody started hugging everybody, and everybody rushed the field, and it was really just a neat deal to be at.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So you nodding off over there?
No, you said a great deal to be. I didn't know you were finishing your sentence.
Yeah.
And I want to give you time.
Deal. Well, you're not supposed to end it with a preposition, but I did.
I'm a communication
I
major.
apologize. Sorry there. It was a great place to be. I'm not sure if we're supposed to do that either. To be or not to be? That is the question.
And that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that was one of the biggest gaffes by a quarterback that was not discussed on a post-game show. The Caden Hauser fumble could have been huge, but everything that happened after that overtook the fumble, and that's a credit to Caden for bouncing back. I kind of want to ask him about that. I guess the good thing is you don't have time to beat yourself up. You got to get right back out there.
Well, I asked him in the press conference afterwards that exact question.
Yeah.
And I said, how hard was that mentally, to bounce back? And he said, man, I was kind of kicking myself because I knew it was first down. All I had to do was fall down and take the sack. I was trying to get an extra yard, and then the ball pops out, and that was all on me. Nothing I can't blame anybody. It was all on me. So I had to go out and make up for it. And that last drive, he was calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah.
And then I even asked, I think I asked Blake, a lot of times teams that need a field goal get in field goal range and they're satisfied. And I hate that.
Yeah.
Because if you can go get that touchdown, now I didn't expect a 31-yard pass on 4 verticals, but that's what we got, and we got a touchdown out of
the crazy thing is I had confidence in Maisie to make it. Another reason Caden was able to feel calm and confident is because the defense got off the field and did not allow Memphis to chew up more clock,
right,
or to score a touchdown.
Right.
They gave up one first down and then got off the field.
Right.
They had a 2-minute timeout and one of their own timeouts, and at that point, it's like we got plenty of time.
Remember, they threw that one pass that was incomplete at the end. That saved a timeout.
Yep.
Yeah.
And at that point, you're like, all right, we got more than 2 minutes here, guys. Mm-hmm. This is not a frantic situation.
Right.
So, credit to the defense there. And just great job to finish the game for ECU.
It was neat. It was a lot of fun.
And Caden didn't even really need to come out and say I should have just gone down. We were saying that originally watching the game, and then watching the replay. It's almost like he didn't have time to go down. They were on him immediately, and it didn't even look like he was stretching for extra yards. He just didn't have an opportunity to go down almost, but. Just one of those freak deals, but like I said, made up for it in a big way.
Side story on that, after the game was over, the interviews and all that stuff, I was walking to my truck, and a man came up to me and said, Brian, and he introduced himself, and I didn't catch his name when he said it, but then he said it again, I'm Caden Hauser's dad. And I said, well, it's nice to meet you. I said, Caden's a great kid, love covering him. And and his dad was so complimentary. He said, well, I follow you on Pirate Radio. I follow you on WNCT. I follow all the Pirate Radio guys. And all of you folks just do a great, great job. And Caden is so comfortable here. And that means a lot, too. I mean, in this day and age of NIL and transfer portals.
Well, you talked about relationships with Magazu.
Right, yeah.
and there's the money side of it and
Yes.
everything. But at the end of the day, I mean, relationships matter.
Really do.
And so we had a sticky note on the fifth quarter a few weeks ago that said so-and-so, and then it said in parentheses, Caden Hauser's dad. And I guess he didn't hang on through the break. Maybe it's like, maybe I shouldn't go on this postgame show. But we never got to talk to him.
But I talked to him in
hey,
the
call
park.
in, sir.
I met his mom, too, and she was very sweet and very complimentary of everybody. So I thought it's really neat. And you could tell in just talking to those two, that they've done such a great job raising Caden because he's just the same way.
Well,
very
he's a
laid
polite
back.
young man, but also just so very cool.
Down to earth.
Yeah.
I think I've told you this before, but last year, I forget which game it was, but it was after a home game. He was out in the hallway, and I said, Caden, the problem now is they got to figure out a way to keep you because everybody loves you, but how are they going to keep you? He goes, man, I love it here. You don't have to worry about that. Now, you may have to worry about it this year because obviously, big money's going to be calling, but you have to see how it goes.
We had calls about that in the fifth quarter. I said, let's table those. Let's enjoy this.
Enjoy
Let's play
what
out
we got.
the season.
Let it ride.
And the wins like that the other night and the atmosphere means that we'll be able to attract good players out of the transfer portal.
That's true.
It's a two-way door.
Yeah.
So, man, awesome win for ECU. We'll be back at it. Bailey will be with us 11:30 on the Bud Light pregame tailgate, and then later he'll be heading over to Fifth Street for a big day on Saturday.
Big day, it's going to be fun.
All right.
Be a lot of fun.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah.
They're going to win last night.
I think in looking at the whole gamut of everything, I'm glad Jerry did some of the things he's done. I don't have great hopes for this year because I think there's such a hole. Their season basically comes down to the Philadelphia game this week, and if
where's that?
It's in Dallas.
Okay,
they got a chance, but I look at the future because they've always had trouble stopping the run. I think now they've got some run stoppers in there. If they stay healthy, they're relatively young, and so I have hopes for the future. But it was fun. That was a bad football team. Those Raiders, they weren't very good.
Well, welcome in Jarrett. They are awful.
Yeah, and that's I don't really agree with anything he just said.
Woo! Don't you agree with?
Like they can stop the run, this and that. Like they just played a terrible team. The Raiders can't run against anybody.
Well, no, they could have run against Dallas before.
No, I mean it's kind of hard to run when you freaking run it with your 6th overall pick 7 times.
Well, if Dallas continues to have the same problems they've had stopping the run, then but I think they've got 2 guys in there now that has a chance to stop the run.
Yeah, I mean, I like Quinnen Williams. That was a great addition, but like everybody praising him this morning and last night, it's like I mean they didn't play anybody.
They play who's on the schedule. They can't help it that the Raiders have decided to play AAA this year.
I wouldn't even call it AAA. I wouldn't even call it Little League.
No, I think it comes down to how they do against the Eagles, and the Eagles have struggled offensively lately.
Yeah, they've been a tough watch.
Yeah,
their defense.
That Detroit game. And Detroit was a tough watch.
Did Revel do anything last night?
He had 1 tackle, I read. And I watched him. He was in the game late in the second quarter, and they showed a tight shot of him, and they showed one of the plays. I didn't see the tackle that he made, but he got credited with 1 tackle.
This is why Dallas is going up and the Raiders will stay at the bottom because we drafted Darian Porter before Savone. Dallas has been like eager to get Savone out there, and he's coming off a torn ACL. Darian Porter was great at Iowa State, has been healthy the whole season, and he's on the bench.
First round or no,
third round. I mean, we took him before Savone.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. You're not playing the young guy. Why are we playing these veterans that suck?
Because your coach is a veteran. He was in
he's older than me.
World War I.
I know.
Maybe hiring an 80-year-old wasn't the best idea.
Maybe.
And I said that initially, and then I'm like, well, Pete Carroll, who'll bring stability.
Feels like a one and done.
I hope it's a one and done.
Yeah.
Go get that OC from Tampa. He's from the Lick.
And
who do your Commanders have this week?
Why would you ask that?
We all have bad football teams this year. We all 3 have bad football teams.
I don't know, Bailey. That tells you where I'm at with this team.
Well, I know Christmas Day they'll be playing those Cowboys.
I know. My only thought is we can play spoiler to somebody later this year. Oh, what do we got? The bye? We got the bye and then the Broncos on Sunday Night Football.
Ooh.
So, it's done. I'm done with it. I didn't watch 1 second of it on Sunday.
Really?
Yeah, what's the point?
Man, well,
What is the point?
I'm a believer. When my Cowboys were 1-15,
Yeah.
I watched 16 games.
Good for you.
Because I'm a true fan.
You are, and I guess I'm not.
Billy Weaver,
All right now.
Ken Watlington.
All right. No, I don't see the point in watching the backup quarterback and the 8th-string receiver play against the Dolphins in Spain. It sounds like I'm making up a fake story talking. Like, what's the point?
I don't know. I would have been.
I'm
watching.
done.
I watched them.
Okay.
Some of it.
I'm done. How about this? You watch them for me and tell me how it goes.
You pay me, I'll watch them for you.
And look, still a fan, but I'm a fan of 2026. This season's over.
I'm a fan of 2036.
I struggle with this though. Once your team is out of any kind of contention, I lose interest. I can't just watch.
Well, I do a little bit of that. I'm like when the Cubs get out in April, I
Yeah.
still watch them every once in a while, but I don't
there's
follow them
no-
every night. But if they're
they're
in
not
it,
playing
I
for
try to
anything.
watch them. Yeah.
Washington's not playing for anything right now.
Well,
So,
Dallas barely is. I mean,
but they are. They're still. If your team, I gave my guys a chance. I said, all right, who did we play? I know Seattle was my last straw. Well, the Cowboys. I got up for that game. I would get up for games and they'd let me down. I'd be like, well, I'm not doing this again.
well,
I don't know why we're even talking about this right now.
you got a little nerve.
What else did we want? You did that on purpose.
I did not. J-Bone, did I do that on purpose?
Yeah.
I think so.
Look, let's all calm down and talk about something that is positive. ECU basketball.
Yes,
in
sir.
action.
2-1.
Bailey told me to be more positive about ECU basketball.
Man.
Big game tonight. Big rivalry.
Big ball game. The Ken Watlington Bowl. Is he going to be there?
He's going.
With his
yeah.
shirt off?
Let's hope not, but he's going.
Yeah. Hey, if the Pirates can get me back, they can win me back tonight if they can get a win on the
They're
road.
6.5-point underdogs.
I don't see it happening. And
It's
I
down
think
to 5.5.
I think that line is
Is it?
low. I don't know who's taking ECU. Okay, I'm glad, I guess, but I'm not taking ECU.
I think they win this game. There was a look ahead for Elizabeth City State. They didn't care.
That what
They were
you're
on to
calling it?
UNCW. That's what I'm calling it. I got to go to these games.
That
I
game
got
was
to.
brutal.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we were without Riley and Woodard for the most part, so I give you that. Problem is, it's another year of not being able to make a three-pointer.
That's tough.
They were the second worst team in the country last time I looked, at shooting threes.
Was it 11 for 61? Is that the number?
It's 18%. I know that.
And, yeah, we just don't. If this was 1964, we'd have a pretty good team because we got some good big men.
Yeah.
I like Gia.
Gio has been
a lot.
exciting to watch.
I like him.
Yeah. But we got to have somebody that can hit from the outside.
Put
and
the biscuit in the basket.
we don't. We just don't have that.
That's
So
more hockey talk.
Pirates at UNCW. But, hey, there's been, I mean, Bailey, you've probably seen some crazy matchups in this series
Oh, yeah.
over the years.
Oh, yeah.
So it could happen.
It's going to be tough.
You're just not going to chime in much on this, are you?
Well, I haven't had a chance to watch much Pirate basketball, and there hasn't been much to watch, obviously. But, it's always a big rivalry. I think the Wilmington folks will get fired up down there.
I like
Maybe
that part of it. I
maybe a
like that we
sellout.
have a team that wants to beat us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it gets me excited as a Pirate fan. Like, at least somebody who cares about playing us or whatever.
I remember years ago I was down there covering the game, and I didn't even have a Pirate thing on because we weren't the official station of the Pirates at the time, so I didn't have anything on. But so I go to the bathroom, and some guy's just heckling me to death because he knew I was from Greenville in East Carolina.
Yeah.
And finally, I said, "Hey, bud, when's football season start for you boys?" All right, shut up.
I like when Bailey finally you reached the breaking point. That was the one guy at Sports Trivia at AJ's back in the day. You were telling me about, like, you were
Oh
at the table.
man, that guy.
And that was like a question, and I asked tough questions, and Bailey was like, "Yeah, I don't think I know that one." And what'd he say? Like,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
a sports guy, right?
Yeah, I was. I mean, I went in there to get something to eat, kind of relax. I think he put such a brain deal on me. I haven't been back to see you hardly since then. I was so mad.
What do you-
But yeah, he was like, you don't know the answer. I was like, nah, I don't know that one. I mean, it was some random question about who was the third leading scorer in the NBA in 1978. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, really? You don't know it? No, I don't know it. So I eat something else. And the next question comes up. He goes, what's that answer? I said, he's got me on that one, too. You don't know that one either? What do you do for a living? Do you just sit around, do nothing all day? Do you not
Hey,
cover?
What'd you
Do
say?
you not cover sports? And I went. I said, look, I cover local sports. You know, this question was not based on a local sports category. Now, if you ask me something about East Carolina or about the high schools, I might have a chance, but I don't know that. And then the third time, he said, you got to know that one. I was like, no, I don't. I'm going. I was so mad. I moved.
Ruined me and Brian Bailey's friendship. I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
All right.
that was back in the day.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Is AJ's open?
Yeah, it depends on who you talk to.
No, I know. I don't understand what's happening.
They had a soft launch, and I heard
That
people
was like 8 months ago.
people were upset.
They've had 2 soft launches, and that's all I've heard.
Yeah. Well, I'll step back in there one day.
I rode by there a few weeks ago. The open sign was lit up, but the whole place wasn't.
Oh, Bobby, a couple of trivia guys from the Buck said they went in there before going to the Buck, and somebody was having a private party, and they went in there and were like, "Oh man, they got free beer here tonight. Cool." And they have one, and somebody was like, "Are y'all at the party?" He
Free
said,
beer
"No."
Friday. Yeah, there you go.
They said, "Well, y'all can have this one free beer, but y'all got to go after that." I was like, "Y'all should be party crashers. Find parties going on around town. Free beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Think
could
about
work.
something to do." All right, Bailey, we'll let you leave.
All right, sounds good.
Appreciate
See you
man.
Saturday.
Yes, sir.